Hello, I thought I'd do some tech talk today, specifically a 1 week review of my Umidigi G1 Tab, my very budget tablet, which I did do an unboxing video for, but of course that's lost to the sands of time now, or rather my thing. So yes, this is the Umidigi G1 tablet model MT10. It was $95.99 Canadian. It came with, I put it back in the box just for dramatic purposes. That's the tablet. Came with a cord, came with a power cube. A power cube which, when I plugged it in, was definitely very warm. So I don't know where actually I tossed that, but I just take the cord, which is, USB-C to USB-A to plugged it into my little power tower here, and that is what how I've been using to charge this tablet. Here, let me turn the power on so you can see exactly how long it takes this budget tablet to warm up. And while it's doing that, I'll just go through some of the specs on this. Android 13, is there going to be updates? I assume probably not. So, Android 13. It's a 10.1 screen resolution of 1280 by 800 pixels. But in comparison to, like, I think it's my wife's one, it's an iPad Air with like liquid retina display, and it's 2360 by 1640 with 264 pixel per inch. I think it's 149 pixel per inch on this thing. It is, did it actually? Oh yeah, okay. It's come on. So it took that long to come on. It's, display type is an LCD. There's no branded damage resistant glass on the thing, glass on both sides. So it's, it's probably, everything cracks, everything smashes, but that's what you got. It is the memory on it is internal of 64 gigabytes, 4 gigabytes of RAM. Does have an SD port in here, micro SD port in here, so you can actually, the speakers, you can actually expand it out to a fair bit of memory if you wanted to load this thing up with tons of stuff. Its weight is 576 grams. I think it's like about 100 grams more than my wife's iPad Air, which, maybe not a fair comparison. I found just holding it while I'm reading it definitely is something I want to brace up. I think with all these things, you always are going to want them on something. You're never, even the iPad Air, my wife has something to bolster to put it on, so she's not like having to hold it up for stuff like for extended periods of time. There's no stylus or detachable keyboard, though you can use this thing's got perfectly good Bluetooth. I've got a thrift store purchase here, my only Apple device that I actually own, which is a one of the Bluetooth keyboard, which connects up to this fine. It has rear and front cameras, are both 8 megapixel cameras, so you're not going to be taking any great pictures on here, and you're not going to be filming anything on here for the internet like I am with my Samsung S10 here. It's got Bluetooth 5.0, so yeah, it connects to my keyboard. It connects to some Bluetooth, my Bluetooth earbuds here, fine. As I said, yeah, Type C USB plug-in with an USB A connector there to the tablet. The battery is 6,000 milliamps. I don't know what that means. What I know is it's like I'm using it at home. I've had to, I think I charged it like every 2 or 3 days. That's with me reading on it for about an hour here, maybe a bit of YouTube videos. Now, why did I get this? Why did like I mentioned that my wife has a super deluxe, Apple iPad Air thing, but why did I get this? I got this because I could not see particularly any use for me to have a tablet for the longest of time. Oh, I'm holding down on stuff. I couldn't see any reason to actually get a tablet. For me, it's like I do all my typing on I do all my documents on my phone. I watch the YouTube videos on my phone. I'm not a gamer. I'm not online. That sort of stuff. There wasn't any particular reason for me to get this, except I've always wanted to get one of these so I could read comics, because for comics you don't want to have to be kind of moving around. I want something where it's just the full one comic book page on the screen. That is why I wanted to get this. And the good thing with that is I don't have to be online continually with that sort of thing. You would never, ever, ever want to be playing games or anything else like that on this. My wife is into Genshin Impact. Is it Genshin Impact? Something like that. Something with those kids play nowadays, which is super high, super high demands on processing thing. This thing, I find, like, I open documents and I can see in comparison to my phone here that there's definitely a noticeable lag when for things to kind of boot up and kick up. Yeah, I would say like noticeable flaws in this. I actually did hook up the keyboard to make sure the keyboard worked, and I went into Google Docs and it was continually going, oh, the app isn't responding. Do you want to wait? Do you want to shut? Oh, the app isn't, like, it would continually do that because Google Docs has this thing of it's continually saving any changes you made. So even something as low res, lo-fi as just additions to text documents, it was kind of laboring under. I would not want to use Google Docs on here, so I can't imagine having any kind of really complex programs on here. The other thing I found was I think, oh, okay, at the moment it is fine. You have to punch in your it doesn't have face recognition to get into it. You have to put a pin into it. It's the Wi-Fi was a pain, especially at the beginning when I was doing setup. I had to continually reconnect the Wi-Fi. Now that I've got it all set up, it's fine. I didn't have to do anything past then to do it, but I do still periodically. I just have to go in, disconnect and reconnect, and then it connects back onto the Wi-Fi, and it's fine again. At the moment, it seems to have connected to the Wi-Fi fine, but there was definitely like a little waver there at the beginning. Is like, oh, is this tablet actually going to let me get through the setup for the fucking thing? And it did finally. And that was hopefully will be the biggest demands that this thing will have on it. It's funny. YouTube videos on this are completely fine in comparison to Google Docs, which is odd. But I wonder if that is because YouTube is basically, it's set up to make a cache of the video and the sound beforehand. So it's preloaded a whole bunch of stuff to prevent just that kind of constant interruptions happening because of the nature of that app. So it's oddly enough, I've watched a good number of YouTube videos on here and had no trouble whatsoever. It is not the best screen. It is not the best screen. I put it beside my wife's iPad Air, which costs like $1,000. This thing cost me $95.99 Canadian. I should have probably should have led with that. And yes, you can tell the difference, like the inky blacks, as they talk about on the liquid retina display of an iPad Air, is just like, it's noticeably that more contrasty. But for my purposes, it is perfect for reading comics, and that's probably why I am at this point really, really happy with it. Is that I can read at the moment Zot by by what the fuck by see, now I can't even find the beginning of Scott, god damn it, Scott McCloud. And that is perfectly fine for this kind of a picture, this kind of, I can read the comics on here perfectly fine. They look good. I can read the text. The colors are good enough for me for the thing. So I am super thrilled. I'm super thrilled that I can use this as a reading device. So yeah, um, not for games. Probably, not if you want like to watch some kind of Hollywood movie, with perfect stuff. But exactly what I was looking for something like I want a toy. I want something under $100 that I can indulge my love of comics in on a electronic device. But and I would have never gotten it. I think I went. This is the thing is I went years and years going, oh, a tablet would be nice. Why would it be nice to read comics? Is that it? It's like, yeah, that's basically the only thing I want this thing for. So for that limited use, that is great. Now, I've only been using it for a week. The battery on it is quite good at the moment. At least good enough for me. I'm not going to take it out of the house. I'm going to use it on the couch, read it on the couch. If I get 2 years out of this thing for $100, I will be laughing. I would be super super happy. Hopefully I won't drop it. I have now that I got the tablet and I know it actually works and it's actually doing what I want it to do. I've ordered a case for it, which is probably going to cost me with shipping and handling and everything like that added in a quarter of the price of the actual tablet itself. But I didn't want to put good money after bad, if it I tried to turn it on and it just wouldn't turn on, or if the comics looks terrible on it. So you know I'm so far so good. I am super happy about it. But yeah, I would just have to put that in anybody who is looking at this tablet is you have to have pretty low things like, yeah, I've read comics on it. And the other thing that I've done is I put the Kindle app on there, and I've been reading books on there. But you can see like exactly how long it takes to kind of load things. It takes it a while to load things. But if you're doing something as simple as a book in dark mode, it can handle that. Which this is, I'm using my people with like supercomputers who are, it's like, I use it to read my emails and I use it to surf on the web. I'm that level of user. And for that level of user, I don't need $1,000 tablet. I do not have that money to burn. Under $100, that was it. That was it. After years of kind of yearning, I said, okay, I can treat myself for like $100 to get myself a little toy like this, which yeah, I'm perfectly happy with. This did come preloaded with all the Google nonsense, a Google search bar and stuff like that. I got was it Nova? I got the Nova. I got the Nova launcher, which allowed me to get rid of that, and that's my preferred setup on my phone. And so I've got it here. I've got a couple of little folders here, and I've got the fellow, and I don't need the search bar. I don't usually use Google for a lot of stuff like that anyways. DuckDuckGo Rebel. So yeah, that is my 1 week review of the Umadigi G1 Tab, the MT10 model. You look at the reviews on Amazon and you see things where like people like the Wi-Fi won't work because it doesn't have Wi-Fi 6. I have Wi-Fi 6 and it works on this one. It may be because of the particular model. This tablet might actually, because it's so low priced, I may have just gotten lucky and gotten a good tablet. Who knows? Who knows? I do think for $100, I was definitely rolling the dice and was quite prepared to just say, this is a brick, and send it back and get my money back. I got lucky. Hooray, hooray. And go from there. All right. This has been Tech Talk with Jay Shea. More videos later.